Hello and welcome to the watering hole. Thanks for checking out this clip. Don't forget to like and subscribe because that'll make the baby Jesus cry, and I know how much you guys love making the baby Jesus cry. I unmuted you just in time for you saying I'm less luck. Yes. Hello and welcome to my channel. Vice Rhino here. Shannon Q over there. She's less long-winded than Cirrus. He does have a lot to say quite frequently, but I also have my own things that are going to distract me from stuff. So first off, let's do fan art. I got some new fan art since the last stream. This is from Pablo. I'm not going to say his last name because he didn't tell me whether or not that was okay. So this is, yeah, so this is actually, that's the original. So it's kind of like I'm not sure if he'd appreciate me using steampunk to describe this, but that's what it brings to mind. It's a steampunk minotaur from a Greek mythology series that he's doing, and he just moved a couple items around on it. So he like stuck a horn on top of the face thing, gave me a little bow tie, took away the minotaur horns, and so I have a nice little rhinotaur, I guess. Steampunk rhinotaur. You're muted?
Apparently.
Goddamn. Okay, well, I said most of the stuff so far, but I guess you're safe from that insult that you levied against Cirrus.
It wasn't an insult.
She was talking shit about Cirrus.
It's a true story.
Just as I unmuted everything, she started talking shit about Cirrus.
Am I lying though? And who is more long-winded when it comes to like, especially like this politics and stuff? Me or Cirrus?
I don't know. It's been a while since you've been on.
Okay,
so
well,
we'll see. We'll see. So
Cirrus
now we have a Shannon.
I'm here, present.
That's okay. You know what? Blade Runner jinxed us. Let's see.
I know, when I was talking you up, I was like, nah, he's doing fine.
No, he said, Blade Runner says, prediction, since I finally managed to get to another live stream, VR will have some tech difficulties.
Classic.
So, you were correct, Blade. Anyway, back to just me. So,
it's canon that I can't start streams with sound anyway, so that's just...
Yeah, so it's just your brand.
Right, exactly.
So this was sent to me by Reynard the Fox on Twitter. I scribbled out addresses and stuff, so I shouldn't be doxing anyone here, but I believe it's Australian candy. The natural, no artificial colors, sour squirms. Ooh, that one took a beating. I'll maybe not be eating those because I don't know. During shipping, maybe mice got it. No, they wouldn't have gotten in that box. I had a hard enough time getting in that box.
That's true. That is true.
I will read the letters later. Here. And hopefully this one's intact. Oh, Tim Tams! I know about Tim Tams. I've never had a Tim Tam, but I know about them. Yeah, sorry, no, not doing the Arnott's Kingston thing. Let's start with the sour squirms. What is a sour squirm?
Those sound good. That's what I would start. Are they like gummy worms?
Like gummy worms,
only they're sour.
Like sour on them.
Now I want candy.
Tastes like a sour key.
Oh, is it the same sort of like texture? Like, is it harder than a like a gummy worm?
Not as hard as a sour key. Just kind of tastes like it.
Oh, okay. Yum. I like sour keys.
I'll dive back into my box periodically throughout the evening. I'm not going to just sit here snacking for the beginning. Naramdaput says this super chat contains a false statement. I'm sure it does. Hail Dumpy, what's that about?
I don't know.
Who's Dumpy?
We're hailing Dumpy today.
We're hailing Dumpy. So yeah, that's... Wait, did I see... Oh, Cadbury Dairy... Yeah, that's just going to be normal Cadbury bars, I think. But sure, I'll try those as well. So Thank you for that, Reynard. Dumpy is a ditto from Cirrus's streams. Okay, so Cirrus memes are making their way over here.
What's a ditto?
It's a Pokemon. It copies things.
Okay.
And I only know that because I've seen Detective Pikachu.
I saw that movie.
Yeah, the main bad guy was a Ditto.
Oh, okay.
I
think. That's one with Ryan Reynolds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, how could you... And you missed the Ditto.
I didn't commit it to memory.
I mean, I probably knew what a Ditto was when I was a kid because I did watch the show, but
My kid would know. If I go upstairs right now, there's probably Pokemon cards all over. Every time I go to his room, there's Pokemon cards just frigging everywhere. So I'm sure he would know.
Yeah, my kids would definitely know. Yeah, so if Cirrus memes are making their way here, then Uwu. Difference is Cirrus freaks out when he sees Uwu. I do not. I'm fine with it. Do all the Uwus.
Is that like the oh, it's cute, sort of?
Kinda? Yeah, it's like one of the little face thingies. I think it's better with the capital U's and the lowercase w because it's like the eyes and the weird shaped mouth or whatever. I don't know. Send all the.
I'm gonna be
YouTube
hollow solace. I'm gonna get somewhere around 2 to 3% of what's gonna be happening in the live chat. It's gonna be stuff from Cirrus channel.
Jassa says Umu, which I believe that's a boss in Hollow Knight, actually. Not spelled.
What's Hollow Knight?
It's a video game.
It's just gonna be an hour and a half of me asking you what the fuck is going on.
This guy. This is the knight from Hollow Knight.
Oh, he's cute.
Yeah, he is cute.
Oh, I like him.
He's got
he's adorable.
His half sister Hornet.
Oh, I like her better. I like her little dress.
Her legs got chopped off, so she doesn't stand anymore. But
oh,
the cat
catastrophe.
The cat did the cat thing and like just kind of
slowly chucked her off the table.
So, anyway, first story is a sex tape.
Anyway. Oh, I looked down. I looked down for a second. I wish I was still looking down. Are you done? You're not? Okay.
Maybe.
Now you're done. Fantastic. Also, way too much teeth. Way too much teeth.
Well, in my defense, I don't have a lot of experience on that end. So,
I mean, I figured you'd know, but that's all right. Everybody learns at some point. Today's the day. God, did you buy that solely? You purchased that. I fucking know you did.
No.
Bullshit.
No.
Bullshit.
Shannon.
Why?
Shannon.
Bullshit.
Shannon.
Okay.
Do you know how I got this?
How?
My girlfriend bought it for me.
She really?
She did. She saw it at the store and was like, he'll use that on stream.
So she knows you're fucked up.
Yes.
And she knows that's the type of thing that you would have purchased for yourself.
Yes,
for the
if I had seen it,
doing what you just did.
Yes, absolutely.
Made for you.
Okay. They say, damn, you got that it in far. I did, however, I kind of cheated. See, it's a smushy one.
Fucking Christ.
The Kitsune Cavalier says, vote for Shannon Q because she's my source whenever I want to cite Jordan Peterson's jailed for misgendering argument.
Oh, that motherfucker. Yes. I'm glad somebody's using that video, the Can You Trust Jordan Peterson video that I did a while ago about Morgana Gare. Yeah, fuck that guy, man. He's bullshit. But I'm glad somebody is using that video. Good. Thank you. I'm glad it was a resource.
So Shannon, it's not hard to do, so I'm sure you've been keeping a running tally of how many people have been arrested for Bill C-16 in Canada so far.
Zero.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a large number.
Yeah. That's the exact precise amount of people. Yep.
Oh, but what about that one guy who violated a restraining order or whatever in Alberta?
Yeah, that doesn't against his own child.
Yeah. There's like he was
that took
like,
it out on him.
They'll say that they arrested
very,
him for misgendering the kid.
About how he encroached upon his rights and he doesn't want anything to do with him because he's abusive.
Arrest, but that was a C-16 arrest.
Yeah, that's still zero.
Like,
because that's still zero.
Because that was actually contempt of court, not C-16.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
And,
absolutely correct.
And the fact that I can go to the one case that they always go to, and you knew exactly which one I was talking about, even though I mangled the description, kind of says something to the quality of the arguments.
Yeah, that one never went to a human rights tribunal. That was like in actual courts because he was. Anyway, whatever. It doesn't matter. You don't hear them talking about it anymore, though. It's so funny. That's how he got popular, was
Yeah.
yammering on about the impact that that was going to have and how it was going to be compelled speech all the way across Canada and people were going to be going to jail. You don't hear the motherfucker talking about it anymore, do you?
No, because
Weird.
nobody's going to jail.
Fucking weird. Because it never happened. Fucking never happened. So strange. So strange.
I am going to have a Tim Tam now.
I've had a Tim Tam before. Tim Tams are good.
I have not had a Tim Tam. It's the texture looks like it might be similar to a Joe Louis.
I can't remember where I was, but Paul's daughter wanted us to get Tim Tams. Maybe it was here. Like maybe we have them here in Nova Scotia.
Not like Joe Louis. It's like a wafer cookie.
Or we were somewhere else and Paul got. I can't remember.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah, they're not bad. I want some of those gummy worms. Mail them to me. Do it. You're such a dick. No, you wasted that one.
Now I have to find
just to be a jackass.
I have to remember to find that one after the stream now.
What, to eat it off the floor or just
no, because I don't want ants in my office.
Fair. I hope you do get ants in your office. Wasting a perfectly good gummy worm.
Okay, well, I guess I'll open one of the Cadbury things. These are the ones I was least excited about because they look like they're just normal Cadbury chocolate. So, like, they've got koalas on them. It's a
Aww.
little caramel
Look how
koala
cute.
thing.
Aww.
There we go. Caramel
Adorbs.
But,
are they caramel?
Yeah, they're caramel. It's like a caramel, but Cadbury instead of whatever company makes caramels.
I'm not a fan of chocolate, which is strange, I suppose. But I love fucking... Oh my God. Where do I get all this? You get sent the coolest stuff. People send me books to read, and I love them, but none of them are candy.
I have Misread Bible Genesis, Misread Bible Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
You got those as well?
No.
That's J.R. Eldridge, is I think the author's name. He's on Twitter as Misread Bible. He's pretty funny. Let's see, what else? I forget the title, really but I'm looking at my bookshelf and I'm like, there's 3 or 4 other books that people sent. I don't know. I'm forgetting which ones are. Oh, did I buy that? No, my dad got me that for Christmas.
The one on the shelf currently here that somebody sent me is a physical copy of Hidden Spring, which is a really good book by Mark Soms. But it's about brain stuff. Most of my books are about brain stuff.
Lord of Uzkulak says Caramel Koala looks like an Australian Freddo.
What's a Freddo?
Fredo? Maybe Fredo Corleone?
Who's Fredo Corleone?
From The Godfather?
Oh, I saw the first one of those.
I actually haven't
a couple years ago. What?
I haven't seen any of them.
You haven't seen any of them? I've only seen the first one.
I'm also just assuming that that's Fredo Corleone, because I don't know what Fredo would be. Freudo?
What's Freudo?
I don't know.
Are we getting punked right now?
No, they're just referencing pop culture stuff that we're like
we're old as fucking Canadian. That's the problem. Yeah. Got ya.
Well, I mean, I don't think the old as fuck part matters when it comes to The Godfather.
That's fair.
I think
but you assumed Godfather, though.
Yeah, I did.
You assumed Godfather. It could be something different.
They're saying, why not Lord of the Rings? Because it's Freudo, not Frodo. Maybe it was a misspelled Frodo. Australian Frodo. Now I got to open another one to look at it. To see if it looks like Frodo.
Oh my God.
What?
Frodo is something we have here in the UK. Oh, it's the same thing, only it's a frog instead of a koala.
That doesn't look like Frodo. Yeah, so it's a frog. That's not Frodo. That's
so other people in the Commonwealth like to make caramel bars shaped like different animals.
We just shape them like squares because you're just gonna eat them.
We're more pragmatic here and practical. Take off one square at a time. You can revisit the chocolate bar later. You don't need nostalgia.
Eating on stream is not the best idea.
I wasn't my idea. What happened on my channel?
Oh, well, as long as we're promoting things, I have booked, I think 2 weeks from now. I figure since all the time on this friggin' stream, I'm like, oh, I listened to the opening arguments episode about this, so I'm just going to basically copy their homework. So I have legal log guy P. Andrew Torres coming on stream in 2 weeks.
Oh, cool.
And this is the payoff from when I went to the live show in the God Awful Movies live show in Toronto. We had drunkenly exchanged email addresses, and neither of us could remember why. So now it's like, okay, well, I have your email address, so let's set something up.
That's awesome. It's like, very fun.
It's always good to have a social media lawyer.
And I'm sure there'd be no shortage of things for you guys to talk about, especially like states wise.
Yeah. Yeah, but we also have to keep in mind that like most people are blissfully unaware of the Greg Locks and Ben Shapiro's, and because like every now and then I will like venture outside and like talk to real people.
Talk to the normies.
And every now and then, because I am so involved in all this stuff, I feel like everybody knows everything. And I'll say something about like Ben Shapiro, and they'll be like, "Who?" Like Ben Shapiro. Like,
God, I wish I lived that life.
And then what's really amazing is the thing he is known for, the thing that people will always go, "Oh yeah, that guy."
Is it WAP? Say it's WAP.
It's WAP.
Yes!
So the thing that Ben Shapiro is most well known for, outside of the circles that are actually familiar with his work, is that he did a deadpan reading of Wet Ass Pussy, and then said that his wife told him a wet vagina is a sign of a disease. So he's from now on, when I refer to Ben Shapiro, I'm going to refer to him as Ben Vaginal Desiccant Shapiro.
I have the flip side of that story. I need to tell you super quick because it happened this evening, and it was about that Saturday Night Live episode, like that covered this. Megan Thee Stallion was hosting it, right? You know who Megan Thee Stallion?
No, was she in WAP? I don't know. Okay.
Oh, so the same thing is going to happen now.
I've seen the video. Because I do my research.
Honest to fuck. I'm going to do the same thing. Because I had to try to explain to Paul who she was. Because Paul has no idea who Megan Thee Stallion is. I'm like, the one that Ben Shapiro was like, the wet ass pussy, like the WAP thing. I had to say WAP because my child lives in the house. But I was like, the WAP thing. Remember what Ben Shapiro said about his wife? And Paul didn't know that either because he's not even as terminally online as we are. And I was like,
how did he miss that?
I know, right? I was like, I don't even know how else to explain who she is to you. That, and then he goes, oh, she was on She-Hulk.
I have not seen She-Hulk.
You know her for the right reasons. I know her for all the wrong reasons. She was on She-Hulk, he said. Like, fuck.
Wow.
Sorry. Sidetrack, but that fucking reminded me. I love that that's what he's known for.
Paul, you poor innocent little man. He's in the chat asking who JKR is, or asking about JKR.
Is he talking about JK Rowling?
I think so. Or maybe he's just correcting that was a mistype. Maybe.
Oh, I'm not following the chat.
I don't know. I'm not following the chat either. I just saw him with JKR and a question mark and us talking about him not knowing people, and it's like, yeah, JKR is JK Rowling. And
oh, he knows who JK Rowling is.
Yeah, I know he
because he listens to me wander around the house screaming about how much I hate her. All the
time. I figured he would know who she was, but I wasn't sure how up to date he was with her political stances.
He lives with me,
and how she basically she basically turned into a Dursley.
I've never read a Harry Potter book in my life. I've seen part of one of the movies.
I've listened to the audiobooks. There's one particular set of there's two versions, and one I forget which one's which, but the narrator on one did a fantastic job.
Okay.
But the writing in them is not really great. Like there's a lot of stuff that it's like that doesn't make sense. That seems kind of post hoc.
Okay.
Like the whole wands belong to their wizards. Or the wand allegiances. If you disarm a wizard, then you now own their wand and it likes you better than them. That thing was like thrown in in the second last book or something. And it makes no sense when you consider how often throughout the beginning things they're all disarming each other just for practice or whatever. It's like, what's going on with the wand allegiances there?
So yeah, how does a wand
like,
know that it's practice versus?
And like the way the Elder Wand became Harry's was like Draco disarmed Dumbledore, and then Harry took a different wand, not the Elder Wand. He took Draco's wand from Draco physically without magic. He just grabbed it from his hands, and then that made the Elder Wand decide that it belonged to Harry instead of Draco. It makes no sense.
You're not making me interested in reading the books. I dislike internal inconsistency. And I don't really like fantasy books anyway. Don't come at me. I'm slightly neurodiverse and I like
apparently
don't like fiction.
Apparently Stephen Fry narrated the audiobooks. That was not the version that I was thinking of with the voice actor who's the one I was thinking of. He did a fantastic job at like doing different voices, and so like you could tell which character was speaking just based on what voice he was doing.
Oh, that's a good audiobook person.
It was very good.
Very good audiobook person.
Speaking like, I actually really like BBC often puts out like His Dark Materials is one of the best audiobook productions I've ever heard. They had like a full cast with sound effects and music and all sorts of stuff. It was really well done. I also listened to The Sandman. Not as much of a fan of that one.
The Sandman series was pretty good. Did you watch that?
No, I've not watched The Sandman yet. That's on my list of things to watch, but I don't watch much anymore. But I listened to the audiobook, and it's a whole production. It's got these big name actors. It's got John Lithgow in it. It's got James McAvoy in it. It's like big name actors are doing, and it's really well done. But whoever did the sound effects for it decided that like anytime someone is eating or drinking, we need to hear all the mouth noises really loudly. And it's disgusting.
I'm really every once in a while, your hand will come up with a thing, but it comes up like this, and the thing doesn't come all the way. So it just looks like you're going. No, like put your hand over the top where the green is for a second. Okay, now lift your hand up slightly. No. Turn it down. So you've been doing that.
You're giving me like hand jobs.
Yes, you've been doing that. I've been trying to ignore it.
I could stuff it back in my mouth if you like.
No, please fucking don't. Please don't. But you've been doing that for like 10 minutes. Just subconsciously.
Oh, there we go. Found it.
Okay. Whole time.
Should I put it in my mouth?
Don't you put it in your mouth. Don't you shove it in your face. Oh, it might look good to eat. And it might look good to taste. Do you remember that? Are you old enough to remember that?
I vaguely remember it.
If you don't know just what it is, do you remember the little puppets? That we're being too Canadian again, probably.
I know what you're talking about.
Oh, you're just too young then, probably, to know, because I have such a vivid recollection of those two little fucking puppets singing the "Don't You Put It in Your Mouth" song.
Will that be on YouTube?
Don't you put it in your mouth. Don't you shove it in your face. Though it might look good to eat, and it might look good to taste. You have to know that's okay. Fuck, man. All right. I'm old.
Should we watch
Yes!
Why do you think your mommy or daddy are always telling you, don't put that in your mouth? Let's find out.
Hi, kids. Why are we on television anyway? We're here to tell a little story.
We should probably keep talking through this so that I don't get copyright strike.
We're going to get copyright
and why
strike.
you should never take any
For sure.
you eat. Okay,
It's a PSA, though.
No.
Can you get a copyright on a public service announcement?
I'm going to speed it up. So.
Okay, I wasn't really hungry anyway. Well, wait, maybe a little bit. Okay, everybody, if you see something that you want to eat, put it in your mouth. Don't you stuff it in your face. Don't stuff it in your face. Though it might look good to eat. Though it might look good to eat. And it might look good to taste. And it might look good to taste. You could get sick. Real quick. Real feel sick.
I mean, but the poll's saying I should put it in my mouth.
No! Listen to the puppets. The puppet said don't do it.
But the poll
You
says
don't know
to
what
do
that
it.
is?
You know what? It's
You don't
actually.
know what it's made of. You don't know what it's made of.
You want to hear something really gross?
No.
Because it's still
fucking
new.
don't.
It's still new, so it's still outgassing.
Stop putting it in your mouth. Stop it. Listen to the fucking puppets.
Oh, it's disgusting.
If your life has taught you anything, it's that you should listen to the puppets on the YouTube. When they say, don't put the off-gassing eggplant toy that your girlfriend bought you because you're a lunatic in your mouth on your live stream. That's the lesson. That's the takeaway from this, everybody.
Paul's backing me up. He says, I'm old and Canadian and I've never seen that before.
Fuck off, Paul. Are you full of I'm in the pocket then. I'm in the sweet spot. Do you remember the guy that took his arm off that looked like C-3PO that was
No.
like weaving through?
No.
My arm can come off. I can reattach my limbs. You can't. You don't remember that?
Oh, was that like a wear your seatbelt ad for like,
It was
he was like a crash
kind
test
of,
dummy?
yeah. It was from the War Amps.
Okay.
Like it was a War Amps ad, and it was like a robot weaving through all of these like saws for some reason, because that's just the thing robots do, I guess. And his arm got cut off. And then at the end, he's putting his arm back on, and he said, I can put my arm back on. You can't. Play safe. What?
Yeah, I don't remember
I'm
that.
devastated. Our WhatsApp is just going to be me sending you nostalgic Canadian shit from being like, you know what this is.
All right.
Motherfucker. There's people in your audience that are going to know what I'm fucking talking about. Leave comments. Back me up, motherfuckers.
Oh, I already
Tweets.
I can end
We're
the
gonna
poll
make it
'cause
to the
I
tweets
put
this
it-
time.
I put
We're
it in
doing
my
it.
mouth so I can end the poll.
Don't put it in your mouth. Don't shove it in your face.
I mostly
No,
remember
it might
the,
look good to eat, and it might look good to taste. If you don't know just what that is, don't put it in your mouth. It'll make you sick.
Does it look good to eat?
Ick.
Does it look good to eat and taste though?
It's an eggplant. It's supposed to. Don't you like eggplant?
Not squishy, mushy, smelly eggplant that does this.
You
Like,
just said that was squishy, mushy, and smelly, and you're legitimately contemplating it, shoving it back in your face hole. Fucking stop it!
okay, so kid story for a moment. So my kids are old enough that they probably will stop doing this at some point, but they still let me like put them to bed and sing them a song and stuff. But we will like do custom songs. It's no longer just like kids' nursery rhymes. And one of the ones they'll do is a Star Wars theme things like silly Luke, silly Luke, silly Luke, 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 silly Luke, silly Luke, silly Luke, Luke, Luke. And this is not original to me. I know my dad sang it. I don't know if it was original to him, whether he like came up with it for his Star Wars loving kids or whether he got it from somewhere. And I don't know if he did this one or if I came up with it at some point. I don't remember where it came from, but when it got to Leia, it was always pretty Leia. And so recently I've been like, I don't like that the one attribute that we give to the one female character in the whole original trilogy is that she's pretty. Let's make it like tenacious. It's tenacious. It doesn't really fit in the song as well, but
Puts her personality more.
it does. Yes.